You're listening to About My Father's Business, presented by IronWifey. Without further ado, here's your host, the IronWifey herself, Micayla.
What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of About My Father's Business, the podcast where we highlight men and women who are carrying out the Father's business in their lives. Now, today's episode, I'm not interviewing anyone. I'm actually just going to sit here, chat with you, and just share a little bit about IronWifey with you guys and celebrate our 3-year anniversary. Yes, today, June 16th, marks 3 years since we first launched IronWifey, and I am so excited about what the Lord has done through IronWifey, what the Lord has in store for IronWifey, and where we currently are in this process. And so just to double back a little bit, back in June of 2017, I decided to launch a women's magazine. And no, I don't have a background in magazine publishing. No, I am not the strongest writer. I mean, if I write in school, I guess that can count, but I graduated in 14, so this is 3 years post-school, and no, I had no idea what I was doing. But the Lord gave me a vision to start a magazine, and so on Easter, April of 2017, I set the date for June. So April, May, June, gave myself 3 months, and I did a deep dive into everything that is magazines. So I went off to the half price bookstore, and I bought like 50 magazines. They're like 25 cents, but I bought a ton of magazines, and I just started going through them and studying design, studying layout, studying what I like about each magazine, what I don't like, studying the tone of voice, how to establish a brand, studying just what it is a magazine is, and the publications that put out different magazines, the printers that print different magazines, the companies that run different magazines. I literally did a deep dive into research to figure out what it was I needed to do in that 3 months to take this idea of starting a magazine to actually starting a magazine. And when I tell you that the Lord provided, oh my goodness, like He was showing me different videos to watch, different people to talk to. He brought different printing companies into my life randomly. Like I worked at a hotel, this guy who was a printer was constantly delivering like these publications to the hotel. So it was like the Lord was placing everything that I needed in place so that I could carry out His business and launch this magazine on time. Now, what really scared me was knowing that a magazine required articles and writing. And like I said, I can edit, but writing is not my strongest forte. At least in my opinion, writing is not my strongest forte. So I was terrified, and I posted a post on Facebook that was like, hey, I'm calling writers, Christian writers. I'm starting a women's magazine. I would love to get any articles. If you're interested, let me know. And to my surprise, people responded. Like, I wasn't expecting anyone to respond, but people actually responded. And within that first issue, I believe we had 5 articles. And literally, these women poured their heart out in these articles. They submitted these articles to me. I was able to edit them and get them back to them. And the articles were so on point with the topic and the theme that God had for that issue, which was renewal, because it was renewing the vision in my life that I believed had died, but it was also just renewing a new season in life, renewal of past hurts, renewal of, new, just all things new. And so I accepted the articles that were submitted. I want to say it was about 5 with 1 advertisement that I created. But yeah, I got the articles in, and then I had to figure out how to design and create a magazine. And lo and behold, there was this free thing called Canva that I looked into, and the first magazine issue was designed fully on Canva. It's a free designing program. And on June 17, 2017, we published online. I had printed copies mailed to all of the ladies that did participate in writing, and we also sold some copies, and people were interested in buying them. But it's amazing how the Lord can take an idea to execution. All you have to do is be willing and open to be obedient, because God has given you a vision. And I say this I'm not even gonna say this loosely. I say this with so much conviction in my heart. God has given you a vision. And so if he has given you a vision to carry out his business, to do something for him, to bring glory to the kingdom of God, then it is in every right for you to do what God has called you to do. Don't question if you're good enough. Don't question if anyone's going to read or if anyone's going to support you. Don't question if there's somebody better out there. And don't compare yourself to what other people are doing. When God has given you a vision, that vision is specific to you. And so no one else can complete what it is that God has called you to do except for you. The world needs you. The world needs the message that you have. They need that article that you need to write. They need that magazine that you're supposed to publish. They need that podcast. They need that video. They need that, just you. They need more of you. And they need to know that the Lord is moving and working through you. And they need to see more of Jesus in all that you do. So I wanted to come on here and encourage you guys to be about the Father's business. And for a lot of people, that means business, the world's business, like starting a business, being an entrepreneur, that's really trendy right now. But when I say being about the Father's business, I mean being obedient to God's call on your life. No one else can be obedient except for you. And so whatever it is that God is calling you to do, whatever it is that he's gifted you with, whatever talents he has given you, utilize them to the fullest capacity. Don't take advantage of these gifts and this gold that God has placed in your hands, because he can take something so small, and turn it into something so grand in your life. And you have no idea unless you're willing to step into that door and be obedient to his call. But I'm not gonna make this a very long episode. I just wanted to encourage you guys, to send you just the needed motivation that you need to carry out the Father's business, and to let you know that God has a plan for your life. So whether your plans, you think are better than his, you might as well just take his plan, roll with it, and see where it leads you, because I promise you that you're gonna end up on top. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of About My Father's Business, presented by IronWifey. I will catch you guys next week on another episode. Bye.